cheap shots, helmet-to-helmet hits, ending careers. These are the hallmarks of the NFL's dirtiest players. Today, we expose the legends of infamy. Why are these players dirty? Desperate to win? Or just plain malicious? From the stomping fury of Ndamukong Suh to the eye-gouging aggression of Richie Incognito, you will watch in this video the players who threw sportsmanship out the window. The last one? Jaw-dropping. Before you decide on the Dirty Player Badge of Honor, hit that subscribe button. Remember the bone-crushing tackles that left you wincing? Those could have been flagged thanks to one man, Roy Williams, an all-pro safety. Roy Williams dominated for the Dallas Cowboys, but his legacy is forever tied to a dangerous tackle, the horse collar. This tackle sent shivers down spines, literally. In one season alone, Williams injured 3-star players with the move. Despite the injuries, Williams called the rule banning the horse collar tackle crazy. He kept using it, drawing penalties and a 1-game suspension. Even his own Cowboys teammates slammed Williams for his dangerous play. A talented player with a long career, Roy Williams' legacy is sadly overshadowed by his refusal to play clean. He's a reminder that even the best can make choices that define them. The next player is one step ahead with Roy Williams. Guess who? Imagine a linebacker so feared, his own colleagues voted him the NFL's most dangerous player. Meet James Harrison, a Steeler legend built for punishment and dishing it out. Harrison wasn't just tough, he was relentless. His work ethic fueled a playing style bordering on brutal. Opponents knew his name meant pain. Harrison's headhunting earned him the league's scorn. Over $150,000 in fines and suspensions. He became public enemy number 1. That wasn't a boast. It was Harrison's chilling response when asked about his style. He left players motionless, some with brutal concussions. Harrison's nastiness fueled his underdog story, but it came at a cost. He was a champion, but also a symbol of a bygone era, before player safety was paramount. Super Bowls, championships, Rodney Harrison had it all, but his legacy? Let's just say it's a bit dirtier. Rodney wasn't just tough. He was infamous for pushing the boundaries. His intensity crossed the line way too often. Voted dirtiest player 3 times. Coaches and players don't hand out this title lightly. 3 separate times, Rodney Harrison was crowned the league's dirtiest. Ouch. Over $200,000 in fines. Rodney racked them up for illegal hits that put players at risk. A defenseless legend. A helmet-to-helmet blow. This defining moment showcased the worst of Rodney's aggression. Desperate for an edge? Harrison tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs, adding another layer to his controversial career. Rings and accolades, but a trail of dirty play. Rodney Harrison's career is a reminder that winning isn't everything, especially when it comes at the expense of sportsmanship and player safety. Forget fancy footwork. This wide receiver played like a junkyard dog. Meet Hines Ward, the NFL's bulldog blocker. Ward wasn't just catching passes, he was paving the way for Steelers touchdowns with bone-crushing blocks. Great blockers need an edge, and Ward wasn't afraid to get nasty. The problem? His nastiness sometimes crossed the line. Ward became infamous for his signature move, a devastating blindside block that took defenders by surprise, leaving opponents flattened. These weren't just blocks, they were cheap shots. Players like Bengals linebacker Keith Rivers felt the brutal impact, with broken jaws and ruined seasons. That's what he's known for. The dirty reputation wasn't a secret. Even opponents acknowledged Ward's willingness to play outside the rules. When another notorious player retired, Ward stepped right up. A Super Bowl champion? Yes, but also voted the NFL's dirtiest player in 2009. All-pro guard? Maybe. Terrible teammate? Absolutely. This is the story of Richie Incognito, the NFL's most controversial blocker. Incognito's reputation isn't just about penalties. He's been documented bullying teammates and acting out even at his father's funeral. Yikes. Intensity or insanity? That fire that burned off the field? It turned into a magnet for personal foul penalties on the field. Dirty Player Badge of Honor? Voted 2nd dirtiest in the league. Incognito took pride in messing with opponents' heads. This wasn't competition, it was borderline cruelty. Incognito wasn't shy about dirty tactics. Rumors of eye gouges and below-the-belt punches swirled around him, a moment that sealed Incognito's reputation. He was caught tripping and leg-whipping an opponent in a vicious attempt to injure him. When confronted, Incognito didn't deny the dirty play. Worse, he refused to change his tactics. Enigma, but not a hero. Richie Incognito's career is a dark stain on the NFL. He's a reminder that talent isn't everything, especially when overshadowed by such a toxic personality. Imagine the wildest era of the NFL. Now add a player so brutal they called him the Assassin. This is Jack Tatum. The 70s were a free-for-all, but even then, Tatum stood out for his vicious style. Nicknamed for a reason, Tatum terrorized offenses as a safety for the Oakland Raiders, leading their fearsome defense. He wasn't just tough, he was a menace. Tatum reveled in inflicting pain, pushing the boundaries of the game. This wasn't just a tackle, it was a tragedy. Tatum's hit left Stingley paralyzed, ending his career and eventually his life. Tatum never truly apologized, even as Stingley struggled with the life-altering injury. A talented player, yes, but forever remembered as a symbol of a brutal era. Tatum retired as one of the dirtiest players ever, a dark stain on the game. Forget playing dirty. This lineman redefined the term. Meet Conrad Dobler, the NFL's official dirtiest player according to Sports Illustrated. A tough, rotten, nasty guy. That's how his friend described Dobler. An offensive lineman who pushed the boundaries way too far. Think spitting at defenders before the snap. Rumors swirled about Dobler's willingness to sink his teeth into opponents. Charming, right? Dobler was all about getting away with whatever he could. Consequences be damned. Integrity, not his strong suit. Dobler wasn't the biggest or strongest, so he used intimidation and dirty tactics to compete. It worked, but at a cost. Dobler's nastiness brought him success on the field, but left him ostracized by opponents. Was a ring worth sacrificing sportsmanship? They crossed the line from tough to terrifying. This is where things get brutal. Meet Ndamukong Suh, the NFL's dirtiest repeat offender. Suh was a beast on the field, but his legacy is marred by a constant stream of dirty plays. Suh wasn't just reckless, he seemed to target the league's most valuable assets, the quarterbacks. Spearing Rodgers, helmet punting Fitzpatrick, these weren't mistakes, they were dirty tactics. But nothing shocked the NFL like Suh stepping on Evan Smith's chest. That wasn't football, it was brutality. Suh's reputation precedes him. Referees watch him like a hawk, and his wallet takes a yearly beating from fines. Without his immense talent, Suh might be out of the league altogether. He's a walking paradox, a dominant player with a disturbing temper. Imagine a player who could single-handedly decide the outcome of a game with a dirty hit. That's Vontaze Burfict, the NFL's ultimate penalty machine. Burfict had the skills, but his love for helmet-to-helmet hits constantly overshadowed his talent. This wasn't just reckless, it was targeting injuries. Antonio Brown, KO! Remember the play that left everyone speechless? Burfict's vicious hit left Brown unconscious, potentially altering his career. A cheap shot that cost the game. Quarterbacks weren't safe either. Knees to groins, twisted ankles. Burfict's brutality went after anyone he could reach. Burfict's love for unnecessary roughness finally caught up with him. Suspension after suspension, the NFL had seen enough. His career was cut short, a cautionary tale. Burfict's talent was undeniable, but his dirty play overshadowed it all. He left the game with a reputation for taking more than he gave. Super Bowl rings? Check. Dirtiest player ever? Also check. Meet Bill Romanowski, the undisputed king of cheap shots. Romanowski himself embraced the dirtiest player title. Winning was everything, and he'd cross any line to get there. Kicking someone in the head? For Romanowski, just another Tuesday. This wasn't a one-time incident. It was a pattern. Even meaningless games weren't safe. Romanowski shattered a QB's jaw with a brutal hit. Completely unnecessary. He wasn't just a menace to opponents. Romanowski attacked his own teammate in practice, ending his career. Spinning kicks, late hits. Romanowski reveled in inflicting pain. even when the game was already won. Romanowski's legacy is a complex one. A champion, yes, but also a symbol of a win-at-all-cost mentality that endangered players. So what do you guys think? Which player deserves the dirtiest player crown in the league right now? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and make sure to subscribe.